The last words of Jesus signify that he had accomplished everything that he had come to do. He lived the perfect, righteous life that we could not live. He suffered for our sins by being beaten and crucified. And after he spoke the words, he died. And his death means that we can have salvation by faith in him. There's nothing we must do, because there's nothing we can do to earn salvation for ourselves. Jesus did it all for us, and he made that clear when he announced, "It is finished." But I'm intrigued by the timing of Jesus' last words. He saved these last words for the moment after he tasted sour wine held up to him in a sponge on a branch. Why wait for this? Why didn't Jesus announce "it is finished" much earlier, so that he wouldn't have to suffer quite so long on the cross? First of all, I don't think the duration of his time on the cross was a matter of concern for Jesus. Jesus was willing to endure it, no matter how long it was. He did it to show how bad our sin is, and how much he truly loves us. But rather, I think the circumstance with the sour wine itself has some significance. Up to this point, Jesus had fulfilled every prophecy of him in the Old Testament that was required of him during his first coming. He was born in Bethlehem of a virgin at just the right time. He was a descendant of all the right people. He was carried away to Egypt and then returned to Galilee. He was preceded by a messenger who announced his coming. He performed miracles, healed the blind, lame, leper, and even rose people from the dead. He cleansed the temple. He was betrayed for 30 pieces of silver. He went to the cross where they pierced his hands and feet, and where he was spat upon, where he was despised and rejected, thought to be cursed by God, and where he bore our iniquities. Jesus had fulfilled every prophecy that was required of him before his death, except one. Psalm 69:21 says, "For my thirst they gave me sour wine to drink." So in the last few moments of his life, Jesus stated that he was thirsty, and they offered him sour wine. And after Jesus had fulfilled the very last prophecy of him in the Old Testament necessary before his death, he said, "It is finished." Do you think the small details such as the sour wine lined up in Jesus' life by coincidence or by divine purpose? I think Jesus was our perfect sacrifice. Not only was he morally perfect, but he perfectly fulfilled every aspect of the Old Testament so that we can be sure that he's the one that we must put our faith in. God bless you, and see you tomorrow.